Have you ever wrestled with a stubborn jar lid? You twist and turn, applying all your strength, but it just won't budge. No matter how much effort you put in, it feels like the jar is mocking you. We've all been there. It's frustrating, right? You might even start to wonder if the jar is glued shut. You just want to enjoy your delicious pickles or salsa. Maybe you're preparing a meal and that jar of sauce is the final touch. But that jar lid has other plans. It seems to have a mind of its own, determined to keep you from your tasty treat. Don't worry, I'm Tuấn Lê from QuickCrafts, and I'm here to help. I've faced the same struggle countless times. I'm going to share a simple trick that will change your life. This method is quick, easy, and doesn't require any special tools. Get ready to say goodbye to jar opening frustration forever. Imagine never having to struggle with a jar lid again. Whether it's a jar of pickles, salsa, or your favorite jam, this trick will make opening jars a breeze. So stay tuned and let's get started on making your life a little bit easier, one jar at a time. We've all tried the classic techniques. We twist that lid with all our might. Sometimes we even ask a friend for help. Maybe we bang the bottom of the jar, but often nothing seems to work. Why is it so hard? Those pesky jar lids can form a tight seal. This seal creates a vacuum inside the jar, and that vacuum makes it nearly impossible to twist the lid off. Some people use hot water to open jars. The heat can make the lid expand a little. This can sometimes break the seal, but hot water doesn't always work, and it can be messy. Plus, you have to be careful. You don't want to burn yourself with the hot water, and you don't want to crack the glass jar. There's a better way. Forget about twisting, banging, and hot water. We've all been there, struggling with a stubborn jar that just won't budge. You might have tried running it under hot water, tapping it on the counter, or even asking someone stronger for help. But what if I told you there's a much simpler way? A method so quick and easy, you'll wonder why you never thought of it before. I'm going to teach you a trick that's fast and easy. This trick doesn't require any special tools or a lot of strength. In fact, all you need is something you probably already have in your kitchen drawer. It's a common household item that you use every day, but you might not have realized its potential for this particular task. All you need is a spoon. Yes? A simple everyday spoon, not a fancy gadget or a complicated device, just a regular spoon that you use to eat your cereal or stir your coffee. It's amazing how such a simple tool can make such a big difference. Yes, you heard that right. A spoon is all it takes to conquer even the most stubborn jar lids. You might be skeptical, but trust me, this trick works like magic. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it's something you can do right now without any special preparation. A simple spoon is the secret weapon for opening stubborn jars. It's not about brute force or fancy techniques. It's about using the right tool in the right way. And once you learn this trick, you'll never go back to struggling with jars again. Here's how it works. 1. Grab a metal spoon. Make sure it's a sturdy one, not a flimsy plastic spoon. The strength of the spoon is important because you'll need it to apply a bit of leverage. A metal spoon with a solid handle is perfect for this job. Make sure it has a sturdy handle. The handle is where you'll be applying pressure, so it needs to be strong enough to withstand the force. A good, solid metal spoon is ideal. If you're not sure, just give it a little bend test. If it feels strong and doesn't bend easily, you're good to go. 2. Find the edge of the jar lid. This is the spot where the lid meets the jar. It's usually a small gap, but it's enough for the spoon to fit into. Take a close look at the lid and find the point where it connects to the jar. This is where you'll be inserting the spoon. You want the spot where the lid meets the jar. This is the key to the whole trick. By targeting this specific area, you're able to break the seal and release the pressure that's keeping the lid stuck. It's a small detail, but it's crucial for the trick to work. 3. Slide the tip of the spoon under the lid's edge. Be gentle, but firm. You don't want to damage the lid or the jar, just create a small gap. The spoon should fit snugly under the edge of the lid. If it doesn't go in easily, try a different spot or angle. 4. Gently lift the spoon handle. You'll hear a pop. This is the sound of the seal breaking. It's a satisfying sound because it means the hard part is over. Just a gentle lift is all it takes. You don't need to use a lot of force, just enough to break the seal. 5. That's it. The lid will now twist off easily. No more struggling, no more frustration, just a simple, effective trick that makes opening jars a breeze. So next time you encounter a stubborn jar, remember the 1-second spoon trick. It's quick, it's easy, and it works every time. Section 5. The science behind the magic breaking the vacuum seal. Remember that vacuum seal we talked about? It's a fascinating concept that has practical applications in our everyday lives. Vacuum sealing is a method used to preserve food and other items by removing air from the container, creating a tight seal that prevents the growth of bacteria and mold. This technique is widely used in the food industry as well as in households to keep food fresh for longer periods of time. The spoon trick works by breaking that seal. When you lift the lid with the spoon, you let a little bit of air into the jar. This small amount of air is enough to disrupt the vacuum, making it easier to remove the lid. The principle behind this is simple yet effective. By allowing air to enter the jar, you equalize the pressure inside and outside the container, which releases the vacuum seal. This method is not only useful for opening jars, but also for understanding the basic principles of air pressure and vacuum. This releases the vacuum. Think of it like this. Imagine a suction cup stuck to a window. Suction cups work on a similar principle. When you press a suction cup against a smooth surface, you push out the air between the cup and the surface, creating a vacuum. This vacuum holds the suction cup in place. However, if you want to remove the suction cup, you need to break the vacuum seal. This can be done by lifting the edge of the suction cup, allowing air to enter and equalize the pressure. It's hard to pull it off directly, but if you lift the edge a little, you break the suction. This is because lifting the edge allows air to enter the space between the suction cup and the surface, breaking the vacuum seal. The same principle applies to vacuum-sealed jars. By using a spoon to lift the edge of the jar lid, you allow air to enter the jar, breaking the vacuum seal and making it easier to remove the lid. This simple trick can save you a lot of effort and frustration when trying to open tightly sealed jars. The same thing happens with the jar lid. By understanding the principles of vacuum and air pressure, you can apply this knowledge to various situations in your daily life. Whether you're opening a jar, removing a suction cup, or even understanding how certain packaging works, the concept of breaking a vacuum seal is a valuable tool. So next time you struggle with a stubborn jar lid, remember the spoon trick and the science behind it. It's a small but powerful example of how understanding basic scientific principles can make everyday tasks easier and more efficient. Section 6. Proof is in the pudding or pickle jar. Real-life examples. I've used this spoon trick on all kinds of jars. It works on pickle jars, jam jars, salsa jars, you name it. I even used it to open a jar of olives that had been closed for years. The spoon trick is a game changer. It's so simple and effective, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Section 7. Easy does it, avoiding common mistakes. When using the spoon trick, remember to be gentle. You don't need to use a lot of force. In fact, using too much force can damage the lid or even break the jar. Just a gentle lift is all it takes to break the seal, and once the seal is broken, the lid will twist off effortlessly. Section 8. Beyond the spoon. Other tools for the job. Don't have a spoon handy? No problem. You can use other tools to achieve the same result. A butter knife, a flathead screwdriver, or even a bottle opener can work in a pinch. Just remember to follow the same principle. Slide the tool under the lid's edge and gently lift to break the seal. Section 9. Jar opening champions. You've got this. Congratulations. You are now a jar opening champion. With the spoon trick in your arsenal, no jar lid will stand a chance. So go forth and enjoy all your favorite treats without the frustration of stubborn lids. Try it out and let me know how it goes in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to QuickCrafts for more helpful tips and tricks.